Hey guys, I guess the day is here for the old, the first Ridstar. Um, of course, if y'all watch my short, uh, I did get the other Ridstar, whatever the hell however you pronounce it. But the original one with the tank bag and all that stuff, I told y'all I was going to add another 48 volt 20 amp hour battery to the existing 48, trying to get more range and see what it's going to actually do. But let me show you what I got here so far. I got the Ridstar semi tore down, but this is all I need right here, the battery connection. But this is what I got so far here. And you can get this off internet. You can get this off of this is off of Amazon. I didn't want to have to mess with waiting. This was only 200 bucks for this 48 amp 2000 volt, just a square black battery. I ordered this battery case, the battery bag, and it's got all the Velcro stuff. It will fit up. It will fit up underneath here. It will fit in here and right here, but I've got to figure out how to attach everything. But I'm not going to bore you guys with all that mess. But basically what I'm going to do is as I get this mounted, I'm going to try to do an inline shut-off switch for this battery. I'm going to try to wire that in somewhere under there where I can get to it. I don't know if I can. I don't know, but I'm gonna put I got the battery blender. Basically, you just plug in two of the batteries. You know, both batteries here, and then this goes into the controller. Pretty simple, but let me see if I can zoom in on that. So basically, a balancer. I ordered a couple of extra leads just in case I can't reach. Those are two of them. I think they're like, I don't know, 11, 12 inches long. But basically, I'm going to get that thing hooked up to this. I'll see what all the charge, how the charge and stuff is on this new battery. I don't know how they send it. I can't tell yet. But anyway, I'm gonna work on this. Like I said, it's not much. It's just pretty much plug and play. I've just got to figure out. I've got to figure out where. That's the battery though. And so this should end up giving me 48 volts, 40 amp hour total. And here's all my accumulation and stuff. And when I bought that other one, I mean, there's the controller for it. I don't know if it's any good. I haven't messed with it yet. Got a couple of new screens. Got a couple of screens that kid had got. But yeah, that's the controller that came out of it. Got a new headlight that isn't hooked up. I think I have two of these, which it says S866 screen. I've got two of these. Like I said, there's all kinds of junk in here. And I've got a brand new throttle. They're sending me a full twist throttle with my kit for the other Ridstar. I haven't quite figured it out whether I may try that full twist, and if I don't like it, I may put this other. But I've got a half twist. It's got a key lock, just like the one they're sending. It's got a key lock, but the only difference is this half twist one actually has the voltmeter built into it. And I can hook all that up as well. I think I'm going to end up having to use a half twist like this, like it's already on here, because these bars are so short. A full one's going to take up too much room, I would think. But I don't know. I haven't gotten that yet. But we'll see. But yeah, I'm I kind of got to get lined out here. I'll come back on here. I'm trying to kind of get lined out on where I'm going to go. I need to get this battery mounted first thing and figure out how it's going to mount and kind of secure this battery. But I'm thinking, like I said, it will go in here. I've got to figure out how to get it mounted. But it's got the Velcro straps and all that. So, like I said, it shouldn't be too much work to do. And I will, I'm gonna come back and forth here, but I've got a couple of things I'm gonna clean up a little bit. And then I'll come back on periodically. But like I said, I'll show you how everything's gonna get hooked up and everything, depending on what the state of that new battery is in. I may have to charge it. And then unfortunately, it did come, all it came with was a 2-amp charger, so it's going to take a little longer to charge that. I don't know what I did with that. What did I do with that charger? It's kind of small, but like I said, it is what it is. There it is right there. But like I said, it's a 2-amp charger. It's going to take a little bit longer. But like I said, normally when I do rides, I mean, that's the charger for it, 2-amp. But normally when I do rides anyway, you know, if I'm going to go ride tomorrow, I'll just plug it in. But that's basically it right here. It's pretty small, like I said, but it is a 2-amp. 2-amp max. Output 54.64, 2-amp charger. But like I said, it may take a little longer than the other one. I think that other one's a 3-amp charger, but it doesn't matter. Like I said, I come out here and charge it the night before, but I'm really curious. I want to get this all hooked up. If that battery needs a lot of charging and stuff, I may just charge it overnight, but I want to see what kind of range this is going to give me on this thing. I don't expect it to really increase the speed or anything. I know it will take away some of the lag, the battery lag, you know, when you give it full throttle and it dips down and comes back up. It should take care of a lot of that lag too, but like I said, we're going to have dual 48 20 amp hour batteries. So it should be 48 and 40 amp hour. So that should give me a lot more range. I'm hoping, but we'll see how it goes. And this is all experiment, man. We're going to figure it out one way or the other. But we'll get that baby put in. And like I said, I'll come back on here whenever I'm going to start hooking up stuff. But it's real simple. I don't think it's going to be a whole lot to explain. But let me, I'm going to spend a little time on the mounting of this, because I want to make sure I get this thing mounted right and everything. And what I'm trying to do is get it down bottom to where I actually have. I was going to put the battery in here, which I didn't even look. I think, yeah, that would probably fit. It'd be a tight fit. This battery's a little bigger than, you know, I could have ordered the 48 amp 15 or 10 amp hour, which is a smaller battery, but you know, they're smaller in size, but I wanted that 20 amp hour so I could get more range out of this thing. So anyway, like I said, it'd be cool if I could free this up, and then if I can get that freed up, I can use that for my storage stuff, and I don't have to fill that up with this battery. So anyway, but yeah, like I said, I'll pop back on here in a second. I'm going to try to get that mounted, get that battery bag mounted, and then I'll come back and hook all this mess up once I get it mounted. So I'll be right back, guys. Alright, guys, I got that battery mounted under there. I don't know, it don't look too bad. It's not laying on anything. I can still take that front battery out. Got the wires running up behind here. This, I put the switch right here. I put the switch to the bottom of the box, and there's the switch down there. That way I can, let me see, is that showing that? Yeah, I put it on the bottom of that box, but basically I can just reach down and turn that on or off. I can shut that battery off if need be. Now this is the front battery. This is the new battery. Basically, this one and this one will plug into this one and this one. Then this one, see, originally this was plugged into the controller here. So basically, these two right here, will have both the batteries plugged in. Then this goes in to the controller, and then this is actually just splitting these two batteries, making it like it's into one. But let me get this kind of tied up. I'll go ahead and plug all this stuff in. I didn't even need these extensions, so I guess I just went ahead and bought a couple of extra extensions, but I will probably need those on the other Ridstar when the kit comes in. But like I said, let me go ahead and get all this buttoned up. What I wanted to make sure, see, I've got a charging port here that I charge this battery with. So I need to do something to that so it didn't get a lot of moisture in it and whatever. But but all these connections, I don't know if y'all remember when I did the hub motor, the old diametric grease, bulb grease, but I'm going to put those on all these fittings before I seal them up and get them connected, and then I'll button all this back up again once I get that installed, find a good spot for it, and I'll get it all back in, and then I'll jump back on here again. But that's basically the hardest part. I guess the hardest part is doing that battery, but it's pretty solid. It's pretty solid, I think. I mean, it won't look too bad either. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it won't look too bad under there. Plus I can have double battery. So anyway, like I said, I'm gonna button all that up. I'm gonna plug that battery balancer back into all these, and then we'll get it back in. I'll jump back on here again, and then we'll buzz it all out. I'll turn everything on, make sure everything looks good. So anyway, I'll be right back, guys. It's coming along. Alright guys, I got everything in here buttoned up. I got the switch underneath the box, underneath the seat. I have everything turned off. I have both batteries turned off. Nothing's coming on. So we're going to turn this front battery on. Turn it on. And the front battery's working. So I'm going to turn let's check this battery real quick. I'm going to lean it up. Hit this. Works on the front battery. So now we're going to turn the back battery on. Turn the front battery off. And it still works. So I can run individual batteries, or I can run both batteries. Let's turn this front and the back together. And that's just on pedal assist 1. So everything is working. Everything is powered. I'm showing 50.1 volts. Of course, I've already rode on the original battery for a couple of little trips around the neighborhood and whatnot. But basically what I think I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to get all this buttoned up back together. Man, that sure is tight. It's not tight, but it's not. I don't think that cable will mess up, but I don't think. Let's see if I can get a little more slack out of it. There we go. But that battery, that cable's loose. It's running kind of close to that. I may zip strip that to one of the wires over there. like I said, I'll get all this buttoned up, back up, and turn this off. We'll get everything back together. I'm going to hook up these chargers. Boy, the only thing I'd like to do is get a better grip on this top. I've got some Velcro. I may go ahead and add one to this loop, but I'll get it all buttoned up, get the chargers on it. And we'll maybe we can take it for a test drive. Depends on how long it's going to take to charge, but I'll get it buttoned up, get all the charging stuff done, and we'll see how she runs. And then maybe, I don't know, I'll have to look at the weather. Sure is nice today, but it said it's supposed to rain today, but I don't know. But basically, like I said, we'll do us a range test this weekend. And like I said, I know I was getting 25-ish. I mean, that last ride I rode, I know it said 11 miles, but I never even reset the trip on this thing until I was about 4 or 5 miles down the road. So, like I said, I got about 15 miles, and it was 40%, 45% battery, 50% battery, I think it said. But like I said, we'll give this thing a test. But I'm gonna go ahead and button everything back up, get everything remounted. I sure wish I could get that battery over just a little bit more, but I think it'll be okay. Like I said, I'll get some slack into this. I can actually. That's going to the switch, so that's all the slack I'll get. But I'll Velcro. Like I said, I'll get it back and we'll come back on here. But like I said, we'll see what this thing's gonna do. Doubling up the batteries, so, and I still got my bag empty, so that'll be cool. Anyway, I'll be back. We'll see you. All right, guys, I want to buckle back up. Man, I wish I got that. I should have got that seat over just a little bit more. But, all right. But yeah, I got everything back together. Everything's buttoned up. Got the charger port for the new battery here. Still got the original here, and they're both charging. Now, depending on how long, I know, like I said, I'm only, 4 volts or something. I don't know. It showed 50 volts, but I'm not sure how that works. But I'm gonna get both of these. I'm getting both of these batteries charged, however long that might take, and then we'll get them both charged up, and then we'll go from there and see. But I want a good fresh charge, fresh batteries, full charge, everything, and give it the full review on what we're doing here. So anyway, like I said, we'll see how long it takes to charge, and I guess we'll just go from there, guys. But she's all buckled in, got the new battery. Got the new battery down there, and it's suspended. It's not rubbing on anything. I put a little extra padding on the bottom of this where the battery's laying on the frame a little bit. I put some padding in there left over from shipping, so we should be good. And like I said, I'm not gonna take this guy super crazy rides or whatever. I mean, I'm assuming it's just gonna, it should go the same speed limit, just get a lot farther distance. It should, but we'll see how it goes. But like I said, as soon as this thing gets through charging, we'll take her out and check it out. But I will get back on here. That really didn't take that long either. For 200, I want to say that like I said, the battery was $199, and it's on Amazon. And then the battery blender is on Amazon. It was $24. I want to say $2. So like I said, now I've had to pay. I paid a little, like $7 for shipping or whatever. I don't do all that Prime stuff. My old lady does, but I just I can't spend that, you know, $10 a month. I don't order enough. I mean, I have been ordering a lot of junk for these bikes, but that's going to be coming to an end as soon as I get everything built and, you know, little stuff. I still want to get one of these bags for here, but what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to wait, because my 72 volt battery that goes on that one is a triangle battery, and she gave me measurements. Now I don't know how this is going to work, because you know, I maybe call me paranoia, but I mean, yeah, look at this, guys. I have, wow, you know, getting that other Ridstar, it's already got the back fender on, but here's a brand new front fender, brand new rear fender. It's got some dirt on it, but it ain't never been used, never been installed. I mean, I got fenders, I got headlights, and that headlight that's in this box is a little different than what's on this. I'm not exactly sure what the difference is, but I've got throttles, I've got, what do you have in there? I mean, I've got one or two throttles in there. I got, I mean, there's all kinds of different parts and stuff. I mean, this kid I don't know what he was doing, but it looks like he bought a brand new. This is brand new. I mean, it's still wired up under the seat. But I think this is one of those tail lights that have blinkers on each side. But, you know, because here's this one. This one doesn't have that white stuff on the outside. I don't know. I'm not really sure, but I'll get all that figured out. But like I said, man, I mean, I got all the brakes. I don't know if I told you all that. I got the brakes all remounted, shimmed out. Everything works good on it. I can actually pedal that thing with no battery and stuff. I took it out and pedaled it up and down the block. And this bike pedals pretty good. It's not too bad, but I may have to tinker. I may have to tinker with some stuff, because this whole back wheel will be gone. This whole back wheel on this is going to be replaced. Now, once again, I'm on a tire problem. I'm going to keep these tires for now. And I really hate, because I'm double working, but I'm going to, I'd rather put a nice set of street tires on this. And Allscape, I'm assuming, only makes these. You know, those all-terrains or whatever they're called, or, you know, the Allscape, HEB Allscapes. But I want a good street tire, and I may get with a couple of my guys on YouTube and get some suggestions from them. But this is supposed to be, I don't know if you can see this. Let's get out here in the light. This is the measurements of the battery that she gave me, and I told her I don't want bag measurements. Because I'm getting a bag with it too, a mounting bag. But this, where's the plug at? It's supposed to go like so. Nope. How is it going? It goes like that, and it's supposed to fit according, you know, once I take this off, the 48 volt battery mount and everything, it should fit according to her measurements. I don't know. I don't know if she's giving me exact measurements, or she just giving me what I want to hear. We'll find out, but it'll fit two different directions. One of them looks stupid. I hope the triangle thing works on that battery. Like I said, I'm just going to be sitting here waiting. I'll be sitting here waiting. Waiting on this shipment. Overseas shipment on a boat. So I don't know how that's going to pan out. But like I said, as soon as these get charged, I'll come back on here. And maybe we can take a run. I'm going to try to work this evening. I got to pay for some of this stuff. I've already got last week and last night, I've got over half of my mod kit that I got for the 72 volt and 5,000 watt thing and all that. That kit is a little over halfway paid off already. I've already got enough. I've worked enough the last 2 nights to pay that. I've got half of that paid off. Like I said, this is just a couple $100, and You know, I'll get all this stuff paid off. The old Uber and DoorDash and them guys, they're paying for all this stuff. I just go out and deliver. But anyway, I'll be back, guys. As soon as this gets charged, we'll check it out and see what's going on with it. So I'll be back. See you. Real quick, guys. I know I keep popping on and off here, but that's what I'm looking at, man. I mean, this thing's brand new. The kid never even had it on. I don't guess. I don't know. There's some green stuff on the wire, but the wiring doesn't even look like it was ever hooked up. But I like this. It still has the key, has the half twist throttle. It's just a little shorter. It's shorter, and I'm hoping I can get a better grip on this thing. But the voltmeter is the big one that I really wanted, and she didn't have any of these in stock in China. But she's sending me a full twist throttle with a key, but no voltmeter. And really, all you got to do is match up these three wires, the red, the green, and the black. You have to line these up. I'm hoping it'll plug in. I don't know. We'll see. But I can get these connectors, and then this goes to the switch. The blue wire. This goes to the switch of the controller, and the yellow wire goes to the battery. It's simple to hook up, from what I'm gathering. I hope it is, but we're gonna give it a run. I may try the full twist out first, but like I said, I think I'm gonna end up going with this guy here, and this is going to be on the 72 volt system, not on the one I just did. I'll just put up with the battery bar stuff on that one for now. I mean, these aren't real expensive. I'm going to try this on the 72 volt when all that gets here. And then if this works out okay, I may go ahead and put one of these on the other one that we just doubled the battery up with. I like watching the voltage more than I like a battery meter, because it's more precise. And I have on my phone, I have the graph that breaks it down. You know, you look up the voltage of the battery on the graph, you look at how many volts the battery has, and then it tells you what percentage of battery you got left. So, like I said, I just think that's a little more informative and more precise than battery bars. Who knows, like I said. But, you know, when you get the battery, the sag and the battery and stuff, when you give it the throttle, those battery bars are up and down and all over the place. But the voltage, I don't know how that droops. I'll have to wait and see when I get that. But anyway, that's the plan. That's the plan anyway. So, but anyway, like I said, soon those things still overcharging. So I'll get back on here when we get full charge. All right, see you.